So Sarah and I decided to take a trip to BC to ride some areas we've never really ridden before. So we landed, got off the plane, drove directly to the hotel, unpacked our bikes, and then drove immediately to Mount Fromme.
It felt like we were on the mountain within an hour of touching down. This was my first time at Fromme. Such a cool area.
So you basically ride up this fire road, you pick a trail, and then careen yourself down it.
My first run was on bobsled. It's one of my favorites by far. Super cool trail, very flowy, lots of cool features.
So I spent most of my time on trails like Pipeline and Espresso. Really cool stuff. Espresso is very much a true North Shore trail. It's got a little bit of everything on it. We spent a few days really exploring Fromme and then packed up and drove to Horseshoe Bay.
So we're on a ferry en route to Gibson's and we're going to check out Coast Gravity Park.
Coast Gravity Park? This is my happy place.
What an incredible bike park.
It's so low-key and really intimate.
You arrive, you load up on the shuttles, which are a bunch of old pickup trucks, and this old school Unimog.
Then you start riding, and it's so well maintained. Every trail is absolutely pristine.
Sarah, I think, loved riding Dirt Wave.
It was my favorite by far. It was like riding a roller coaster.
After Coast, we took the ferry back, drove north through Squamish, Whistler, Pemberton, and ended up in Lillooet.
We drove an hour west from Lillooet on this terrifying road. It had no shoulder. At one point, we came around a corner and there was a giant transport truck coming. Honestly, I just blacked out. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die. The road's gonna collapse beneath me. It's not that bad at all. I mean, after an hour, you hang a right, you go up some more dirt road, and then you arrive at Chilcotin Lake and Tyak's Wilderness Lodge.
We had a campsite reserved. We set up our tent, repacked our bags, and crashed.
So the next morning came pretty early. We got up, had breakfast, went down to the dock, saw some of the guides coming off the plane, and you hear them talking about this injured hiker who needs to be evacuated. And all of a sudden, you are very humbled.
I'm already in the middle of nowhere.
And now I'm gonna fly further into the middle of nowhere.
We were really well prepared for the trip, but hearing about the injury kind of put things into perspective.
We have this InReach two-way satellite communicator we take with us on every bike trip.
On a trip like this, anything can happen. That little orange box is my out button. God forbid something would happen, I know I'll be okay.
At the dock, we start tearing down our bikes, loading them up onto the plane.
I've never been on a small plane before, and I think that's when the real fear set in.
We start taxiing across the lake. The engine ramps up, and off we go.
Everyone else was enjoying the scenery. I was silently dying inside, fighting back tears.
The whole time you're flying, you're looking out the window and you're just seeing endless single track. It's on all the ridges, all the spines. You're flying through all these different areas. There's like forested areas, arid areas, subalpine areas, and you're just thinking to yourself, I get to ride through all of this on my way back. And then you come around the corner,
and all of a sudden there's this crystal blue, beautiful lake, and I was so relieved to be done with that flight.
So we land on Lorna Lake, we get out, we build our bikes, and we start riding. And within half an hour of riding, we are now literally hiking up a mountain pass with our bikes on our backs. This really is backcountry mountain biking.
You know, you don't go to the Chilcotins to ride buffed single track, you go there to get lost.
To get away from everything that is most people's everyday.
Once you get to the top of Lorna Pass, you look out in front of you.
And all you see is this giant alpine meadow. And you turn around and you look behind you and it's this kind of subalpine forest. and you realize you're standing on the divide.
You're literally sitting on a divide between two completely different geographies.
I've never seen anything like that before in my life. And then you pick up your bike, you get on it, you drop your seat post, and you're off.
There were so many different types of terrain to ride on, from rocky, rooty, technical single track to flowy, bermy stuff. It really showed me what me and my bike were capable of. It was breathtaking.
You know, we spent the whole day riding, and we were really just trying to explore everything that Chilcotins had to offer.
We get to Spruce Lake Camp, we kind of, take all our gear off, take a load off our feet, grab a beer, go jump into the lake, which has gotta be nearly frozen.
Everyone says the weather in the Chilcotins is what it is. It can change at any minute.
So the next day we were riding in the rain, which was still tons of fun. On the way home we took the Gun Creek Trail, which was kind of running beside Gun Creek. We got to a fire road, saw the van, got in, got shuttled all the way back up to the lodge, and then we got in a well-deserved hot tub.
All in all, it was a pretty incredible 18 days on a bike.